Lens TV.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jay and Pete, TwistedLens.tv. We're live, episode 8, brought to you by the Bridgewater Triangle on Facebook. Check them out. We'll plug that. Tonight's been interesting, man. We got a lot to go about here. So,
Well, as you know, we're doing live broadcasts every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching us. Nights we don't go live, we're going to be releasing full-length TV episodes in place of it, and the schedule of which will be posted via our social media outlets prior to showtime.
Yep. And aside from us sweating our asses off right now, as you can see, don't forget to check us out on our new website section, twistedlens.tv/live. Plug that as well. You can catch us 24/7, catch all the latest live episodes if you missed them here. And you can go through your smartphone, your tablet, all that kind of stuff, which brings up a very important point and a very important topic. First of all, we did just release the official prize giveaway. I said the phrase cash prize giveaway video the other day. We'll plug that.
Very cool.
But I think what's important for people tuning in now and all the time really is the live broadcasts mean something a little bit different now that the cash prize giveaway is out. So the issue is, if we start releasing these keywords through the live broadcast, how are they actually going to know they're out unless they're watching it? A lot of people want to catch it the next day, but the reality of it is, if we release it in the live broadcast right now, the people who are actually watching is going to get there first. And if they get there first, so for example, we're working with the phrase cash prize giveaway, so phrase 2. So like the keyword, the third keyword of that phrase is the. So how are they going to catch that?
This is true, Jay. And I could also say that perhaps the fourth keyword of that phrase was going to be number.
Oh,
and what Jay's getting at here is timing is everything. You know, so if the quicker you get it to us, the quicker you can win. So it's important if you watch the live broadcasts. Well, what we're saying is if you do watch the live broadcast, you can get it in quicker.
Yeah, right. Because if you wait till the next day to watch it, like some of our viewers actually do, it could be too late. That could be given away and giving the pots up to $50 right now, which is substantial. I mean, we're obviously, once we get to Kickstarter time frames and stuff, we're gonna be going up to $1,000, which is insane. But aside from that, I mean, it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. So to just not pay attention and to get those keywords and not run with it is a crazy thing to be doing here. So you actually have some topics relative to the phantom inflation and
we have some current events we'd like to talk about. Phantom inflation, the gas tax. Jay, do you have a few things you wanted to cover too? We'll just give them a
Yeah, actually there is. So obviously Shia LaBeouf, he was over on Jimmy Kimmel Live the other night telling about his story. I didn't want to get into that. There's obviously the spread of Ebola that's happening right now, which is getting scarier and scarier. Given that now it's starting to affect people that we know. The Walking Dead, I want to talk about that because that was just an absolute epic, insane season premiere the other night. And obviously the full-length episode and a couple things.
That sounds good. All right, well, when I kick it off with, we don't want to affiliate the show with any political party here, but we also we want to stay informed and keep our viewers informed. And the first thing that I want to talk about here is what I'm calling phantom inflation.
Nice.
Now, the media and the government is telling us there is no or very low inflation. But exactly. But you walk into the supermarket and you can tell that this is not true. I mean, the prices of food and just living these days, it seems like it's skyrocketing while workers' pay is either stagnant or in some cases actually going down.
Yeah.
And that is that brings me to another actual subject that I want to direct towards the Massachusetts viewers and voters. Please go out on November 4th, it's a Tuesday, and vote. And we have to vote down the gas tax that our beloved politicians slipped in under the radar. Right. This tax goes up every time inflation goes up. And it's not nailed down to a particular, party or a politician. So no one's going to hurt, come voting time. That's why we have to knock this down now.
Absolutely. Yep, for sure. Because I mean, dude, here's the thing though. A lot of people complain about the politics and how bills are passed and laws are passed, but so many people don't actually reach out and go to those town meetings, go to the voting sessions, go to all those things. They're just, I get that they're not aware of it a lot, but at the same time, there's so much of that, like if the public went to these things, the town halls, the whatever, and voted, there'd be big change. But people just, they they don't think it's necessary in some cases, and then you get these freaking crazy laws like this phantom inflation that it's just ridiculous, dude.
I agree, Jay, and the people that complain about what goes on in government and don't go out and vote to do something about it, I personally don't believe that they have any right to bitch about it, because your voice isn't being heard at the voting booth.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe we're wrong. What do you guys think? I mean, obviously, that's something to answer for yourself as I get into this next topic here. But definitely go out and vote. Obviously, Pete is very passionate about the situation. He's letting you guys know because it's important to do so. But it's funny, dude. I as we were getting ready for the show and you were showing up, obviously I was on YouTube checking out that we have several new subscribers. Thank you guys very much. We're actually loving this a lot. And Shia LaBeouf was on Jimmy Kimmel and talking about this rant, this arrest that he went on to. And I'll plug that video, by the way, just because it's kind of funny because the arrest happened, I think you said like a year ago, right?
I think it was like 6 months, or maybe it happened, I think, within 6 months.
Yeah, well, it was just on Jimmy Kimmel, or at least better said, Jimmy Kimmel just posted it via YouTube the other night, yesterday, I think it was. And he was going on a crazy rant, dude. Some of the crap he was saying, I mean, you got to check out the video to be more specific into it. But the stuff he was saying, I mean, you saw some of that, right? It was just kind of out of control.
Yeah, not so much that he was helping out his sanity defense there.
Yeah, right. But he was, it's funny though, because he was acting like the way, just a younger dude would, going out partying. He's a movie star, which is kind of weird all by itself. You would think like, what is there to do? He's probably by himself a lot. He tries to stay away from the public, stay away from his friends. He probably doesn't have many friends because he's out making millions and banging hot chicks as the rest of his friends are not. So that'd be an interesting issue all by itself. But you should definitely check out that video. It's actually kind of crazy. So obviously,
do you want me to touch on that other subject that is at the top of the headlines right now?
Yeah,
is the Ebola?
Yeah, that's
virus.
That's crazy, man.
Yes, and I'm sure everyone is concerned in the United States about what's going on down in Dallas.
Yep.
This is a very serious situation.
Yep. And we were kidding around before. I know we were just messing around, who'd you cough on kind of stuff. But in all seriousness, it's getting to a point where, like, people are getting scared.
They are, because a second healthcare worker has been diagnosed with Ebola.
Try not to hit that.
Yeah, I know. And also, before they were diagnosed, I believe she was on a plane.
Yeah, that's getting crazy.
So this could potentially have it could be spreading. We don't even know it. Hopefully, the CDC gets everything under control.
Yeah, I know.
This whole situation gets out of control.
Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, they actually donated $25 million to the CDC to help stop the spread. But that's a lot of money just for anyone to be dropping. Never mind them. Can you imagine that though? $25 million.
I saw that, and I think that is very noble of them. To do, I mean, that's very cool at a time when people really need it. I think that went over to Africa so they can contain it over there.
That's just ridiculous. So I don't think they're containing shit. I think it's gonna get out of control real soon. Walking Dead, dude. Are you a fan?
I don't watch the show.
Jesus Christ, man. So I was never a blood and guts guy, but I started watching Walking Dead season 1, episode 1. It was crazy all by itself. It's funny. I saw the season premiere the other night for season 5, which is absolutely, if not the best, one of the best episodes that have been out since that whole series has been released. And it's kind of funny. If you were to just be a newcomer coming in and watching the episode and watching it for the first time, you'd be absolutely horrified with some of the stuff that you're seeing there. But I think as an audience member and as a network with the AMC and how they kind of rolled it out, they kind of earned it, dude. And what I mean is, if you start from season 1, episode 1, and then follow that entire story, regardless whether it's a fake thing or not, you go through this giant story with this group of people that have been through so much that by the time you get to season 5, episode 1, it's absolutely insane, dude. Like, you're just like, holy crap. But to the average viewer, I just think, not only was it epic, but they definitely earned that to be able to show that kind of stuff now.
Sounds badass, man.
Dude, it's beyond badass. It's definitely something extremely epic.
You know what else is badass? I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to look like the jerk again, and I'm going to keep promising you guys, thank you for sticking with us. Our full-length TV episode is coming at some point soon.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, because we're doing live broadcasts once a week, right? Yep. We got to prep. We got to do all those things. We're still working on stuff. So after we shut down tonight, We're still going to be working for several more hours tonight. We already worked a full day today. So we're not trying to be jerk-offs. We're just trying to make sure that it's beautiful for you and it's not just some chump change thing. We have several episodes coming out back-to-back after that. We don't want it to just be rushed and be silly. And I think that's the good, for some of you guys tuning in that don't know us, it's kind of funny. You might know us from this live broadcast. You're catching on. You're starting to watch us and all that kind of stuff. But we have this huge, giant experience that's coming. And that you guys some of you might know us from when we used to be the Jane Juggy Show.tv. We had over 100,000 viewers over there. We produced a couple episodes. Some were okay stuff. We were kind of just learning. The last episode, the Laconia one, was actually a really good episode, I think, as far as that era. Obviously, we'll plug that too, so you guys can check that out. But there's so much of that backstory that once we left with once we left with Laconia, we went into the Hockomock. We did the crazy ass expedition. That's one of the biggest in history for sure. There's so much of that story, and not just the Hockomock, dude. There's so much. I was going through the archives, dude, when we were in Pennsylvania with the Amish. We were in Tennessee. We were in Washington. We were in friggin' Arkansas, we were Texas, we were New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, Florida. Dude, there's so many places that we went to, not just me and you, but the collective agents, that there's just so much coming to you guys that, we rather make sure that you're like, oh, this is cool, than just to rush out clips and all that kind of stuff. However, we are posting clips and fun stuff like that coming up.
It sounds like one hell of a road trip.
Dude, it's ridiculous. And you guys are going to be able to see it, and it's going to be quite an interesting thing. What the heck else were we going to say? There was something else. Was there something else, Pete?
I don't know. Scroll up. Did we add something up top there that we missed?
No, I think there's only one last thing here, buddy.
Okay, yeah. Well, guess what? The fifth keyword is going to be one.